Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Welcome, Monday night, Pizarro's Pieces live stream. As always, 8 o'clock, we are live across Facebook and YouTube. Now, as always, I just have to warn people that this is an adult show, so please expect adult content. Now, as always, this is live as well, so there can be fuck-ups. I've already had issues tonight with my laptop. We do not know what's ever going to happen if someone's internet runs out, but fucks up. It can happen. So as always, people, I need to bring the main man into the stream, Mr. Big C. Oh,
Monday night, back. Listen. Something tells me, let's get rid of the elephant in the room. Something tells me that I may be going too far with the headpiece this week. I can't take credit for this marvelous hat. Colin Wicks, thank you very much. Parcel you sent me, full of crazy hats, even a few little bits for my daughters. So considering I referred to him as ungrateful last week, giving his prize back, I couldn't be more wrong. So for Big C is Mr. Colin Wicks. So big respect to Colin for that.
I have to say as well, Big C, a big thank you to Colin. In regards to, he has actually donated some fantastic prizes for you guys watching. Now, obviously, we're not going to be doing, 5, 6, 7 prizes tonight. We will be doing 2 of the things that Colin has donated. They are fantastic. Now, as always, guys, we have got a special guest. I'm going to bring him in a sec. We will get through all your comments. We will get through questions. As always, we wait a little bit for the show to get going before we start going through the comments and questions. Any questions you may have for our guests or any questions you may have for myself or Mr. Big C. Now, as well, guys, as always, please, if you wouldn't mind, if you're watching on YouTube, please make sure you subscribe. If you ain't, hit that notification button. Please like it on Facebook, share it and everything. It's always a big help for the algorithms and all that nonsense on social media. So, guys, without further ado, let us bring our guest in for the evening, the one and only Mr. Ken from Back to the Toyz. How we doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm good. Good, thank you. You're right, Big C. Like the hat, mate. Brilliant.
Well, Colin, I mean, this is the levels we're going to now.
Yeah. I should have worn one as well. Cover up this bald head.
I've got no words to describe the hat. dodgy as hell. So Ken, obviously thanks for coming on. Ken, Back to the Toyz, toy dealer, but most importantly toy collector. As you can see behind him, fantastic collection. He's going to be showing up some bits from his collection a little bit later on in the video. Now, first off, we have to speak about Mr. Big C, today's competition. Brilliant. As always.
Brilliant format. Brilliant format for the competition tonight. So, in this envelope, there's a sealed time in this envelope between 8 and 9 o'clock. So the competition's going to run between 8 and 9 o'clock. And every comment that you throw into the chat between 8 and 9 o'clock will qualify you for this competition. So what's going to happen is after 9 o'clock, we're going to stop the competition and we're going to open this envelope up. And whatever time we've got in this envelope, the first person within that, that time, that minute past 8 o'clock, will be the winner. And they'll win tonight's competition, which is, there's some brilliant bits, Tom, you're giving away. And there's a runner-up prize as well, isn't there, mate?
There is, yes, there is. And sorry, I'm just trying to
he's following.
I am following. Sorry, I'm just sharing this. I'm just sharing this on Instagram and on Facebook as well. So I've just realised though that apparently, according to my phone, there is a technical error on the Facebook page. I don't know how true that is because all the comments that are coming up currently look like they're YouTube. So I'm hoping that gets sorted sharpish. But you are right. You are right, Mr. Big C. We do have 2. So what's the plan? What is the plan ultimately with the time? We're saying that.
So first, what I do is after 9 o'clock, just after 9, we'll open the envelope up. We'll find out what the time is. And I think we should have the first person to comment within that minute and the second person. They're going to be the winner and the runners-up.
Now, obviously, I can see live time. So I can see on my feed now, I can see live time. So at the minute, all these comments that are coming in at 8:05, I can see that live, and it comes in order. So whether it comes in on Facebook first or YouTube. So when you open that envelope later and you give us the time, and I don't know the time because you've not discussed this with me, I have to go back and look in between the hour at that time. Whoever commented first on that minute wins this prize. So this is the first prize, yeah? This is a really nice prize. I really like this, guys. Let me... I'm working singly on an iPad tonight, guys. My laptop, for some reason, decided it wanted to play up. It's been restarting for 40 minutes now. So this is the prize for the winner tonight. The first, the main prize from the competition. You guys do not need to do anything. No one needs to do anything for this competition. It's going to be absolutely and completely and utterly random. This is a 1993 Toy Island mint on card talking Robocop. Comes with all the weapons and everything. Unfortunately, the battery has died, which is understandable. It's like 28 years old. It is a really, really nice piece. And again, I have to thank Colin, who donated a few little bits and pieces to myself to give to you guys as giveaways. And yeah, that is a really cool item. Now, the runner-up, so the person who commented second within that minute, the Big C's talking about, will win a small Robocop, a little baby Robocop. Again, by Toy Island, 1995, this one. Comes with a couple of little weapons. This is what, about 4 inches. Really, really cool. Nice little vintage action figure. So, really, let's just get myself out of here. Really pleased.
Tom, can I say, Colin also now sponsoring the prizes as well. So start having some sort of acknowledgement that Colin is effectively sponsoring tonight's show. Would you say, Tom?
In a nutshell, yeah, I'd say you're completely and utterly right. Yeah,
you got sick and tired of giving your own stuff away, so now you're giving somebody else's stuff away. I knew that wouldn't last long.
No, you know what? I'm not even getting into it with you, to be honest with you, because I'm not. You know, I'm already pissed off because of the technology issues that I'm currently having. But you know what? I've just remembered as well. You're going to get your comeuppance later because we have got tonight the 80s movie quiz between you and Ken, Mr. Back to the Toys. We have you two are going to go head to head with 15 questions each.
God.
I'm taking Ken on his own specialist subject. I mean, Ken all night's been looking at me like I'm not the full ticket, and I don't blame him.
No, I'm not a specialist at anything. I've seen a lot of movies. Doesn't mean I remember every question.
I
know the answer to every question, but I'll give it a go.
You're a fast mover at the boot sales, so I've heard.
I am.
The man.
I'm not the man, but
rapid.
And the toy shows. Tom see me in Chicago.
If you go to a car boot and you spot Ken there, turn around and go home. That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
In a nutshell, yeah, definitely, you're right on that one, 100%. So we got tons of comments, loads and loads of comments coming through already. We will catch up. We're only like 8-9 minutes in. We will get back. We will go back to the very beginning. We always do. But I always like to start with the guest, and we like to talk a little bit to the guest about where it all started, where it all began. So ultimately, Ken, for a lot of the guys who are watching, guys and girls who are watching, I think we've got about 70 people watching at the minute across the two platforms. Some will know you. Some obviously, only a handful of the people watching will know you or recognise you from NEC, Sandan, Comic Cons, obviously London Comic Cons and that you stall at. But as a collector, tell the people that are watching at home, where did it all begin for you? How did it all start? I'm presuming probably in the 80s.
Well, no, I mean, I got bought the toys in the 80s as a child. And it was a fabulous time to be a kid, as everyone knows. All the great toy lines, Transformers. All I wasn't really into that. He-Man, Sectors, Galaxy Rangers, Brave Star. But there was only one toy line for me. That was Star Wars. I had the Falcon, the Ewok Village, and I had a lot of the figures as well. And I kept them for quite a long time. I mean, I'm not afraid to say it. When I was 9 years old and 10 years old, I was still playing with toys. And I used to get stick off my older brother's mates. They used to come in and go, "What are you still playing with toys for?" And my mum used to say, "Leave him alone. I'd rather him do that than do nothing." And I'd still be playing with the Star Wars toys. I like the Star Wars toys because of the scale of them and because of the ships. I always found with He-Man, it was just a little bit too big, and the castle wasn't big enough to really do justice to the figures. Yeah. The figure would just fit through the door, and then I just found the playsets boring. But Star Wars, you could just take them anywhere, and I did. I took them everywhere I went. I remember going to Cyprus for a month. My nan took all of us, and I just took a Return of the Jedi satchel with Luke Skywalker with a blaster in Jabba's palace, and I just filled it with Star Wars figures, and I played with them every day on the beach and in the hotel. Then obviously I got to an age where all the toys just got dumped by my mum. She dropped them off at charity shops or gave them to my cousins. I remember going to my cousin's house. He was obviously younger than me. And I went into his room and I saw my toys in there. And I was like, I got my little brother. I went, "What the fuck's going on here? This is where they've gone." And I started taking them, putting them in my pocket, going downstairs. And went, "Mum, all my toys are upstairs." And I was putting them in a bag. And then I went home and said, "Why did you give them all away? I wanted them." But then, I obviously got to an age where I've got a Super Nintendo and a Sega Master System, and I started playing games. I had an Amiga. I was playing Championship Manager. Like, I failed all my GCSEs because I was playing Championship Manager. But then, strangely enough, I hit like 15, 16, and I was like, you know what? I want my Star Wars figures back. I just kept going to sort of Brick Lane Market on the weekends with my dad, or I'd go to car boot sales, and I just kept finding them for like 10p's and 20p's. And the funny thing, it all sticks in my head as well. I kept buying them, and I was picking up for nothing. And I never had a Man-O-Man as a kid. Do you know who a Man-O-Man is, Tom? He's that big yellow thing with long arms. Yeah, in the staff. I never had him as a kid, and I remember seeing him, and I was like, my dad goes, "Do you want that one?" I went, "No, I don't think it's Star Wars, Dad. Leave it." And I never picked it up because I didn't know what it was. I don't remember it coming out. I mean, I probably stopped getting Star Wars figures at Jedi. And obviously the last 17 came out a little bit after, like in 85, and the film came out in 83, and I just don't really remember the last 17 knocking about. I don't remember Yak Face. But anyway, so I started buying them again. And my neighbour across the road, he had loads of toys in his loft, like really old ones. And he said, "Oh, you're collecting Star Wars. Do you want to I've got something if you want to buy it off me." I go, "Well, what do you want for it?" And he said, "Come and have a look at it." So it was a complete Millennium Falcon, an ATST Walker, and about 30 figures. And one of them was Luke's Stormtrooper, the last 17 one, which I never had as a kid. I always wanted it. And I paid him $5 for all of it. And it just kind of kicked from there. I kept buying little bits here and there. I bought a few carded figures. And then I hit about 17, 18, and it all just went in the loft. I got into Oasis big time. I was really big on Oasis. I went and saw them everywhere. I suppose on and off through my 20s, I was into going to Iron Apple and going night clubbing, and I wasn't really thinking about toys. I got the odd figure here and there. Like I'd go into was it Virgin Records? I can't remember. And I'd buy the McFarlane figures. I'd get like the Crow one and Edward Scissorhands. So it was still in me, but I was too busy just being a teenager and living life, And then I hit 30 and I said, right, I need a hobby now. I'm not going to keep going on holidays. I've been to Vegas about 7 times. I've done it. It was out of my system. I said, I need a hobby. And I had the toys in my parents' loft. I went, "Do you know what? I'm going to get back into it." I went to a Comic-Con and I met Warwick Davis. Was the first one I went to with my girlfriend. And it just went from there. I think 6 months later, I flew out to New York to go to New York Comic-Con. I showed you some pictures before before we went live. I met Sylvester Stallone there, Hulk Hogan, Patrick Stewart. And I just started buying toys again. And for the past 10 years, 11 years, I've just been doing it. And I remember Sandown was my first Barry Potter show. It it was great, to be honest. I loved it, and I was doing it on my own. It was something I would just do. I liked going on my own. I didn't just walked around for 3-4 hours. I kept going round and round and round, and every time I'd find something new. And yeah, it just went from there. So I've been collecting now for about 11 years. About 4 or 5 years into it, I started going to boot sales. Obviously, I knew what I was doing because I'd all been going to the shows and building up a collection. And I just kept finding stuff. And sort of 8-9 years ago, 7 years ago, 6 years ago, you used to find a lot. And it was dirt cheap. There weren't a lot of competition. There weren't as many people going around at boot sales looking for toys. And I've just been holding it. It's all in the loft. I built a summer house last summer. There's loads in there now. I've got a section in the Maltines in Sawbridgeworth where I sell toys from there. And I've got this room, this great room that I've got. And yeah, it's just evolved into, I had to become, I wouldn't call myself a dealer yet. I do all the Harry Potter shows, and I did Comic-Con in last February, before this whole pandemic hit. But I had to, really, because what was I going to do? I can't just keep holding it. So I started selling stuff, and the money I get from it, I just put back into it, either the collection, or I just buy more stock and just keep it ticking over like that. Yeah, and I've had a great time, and I've met loads of, great people. I'm on a stream tonight with you guys, and some of the people I've met, stars, have just been great. Well, yeah, not
this one, mate. Not this one, mate. This one here.
Yeah. That's the story, really. And I'm glad I've done it, and I've got this room, and people used to give me stick, but not so much now. I think they get it. I think the way pop culture is, the Marvel movies are the highest grossing films, and Star Wars as well. Comic-Cons, when I was first going to them, I remember going to New York Comic-Con. We bought our tickets 3 or 4 weeks before the event, and I booked my flights and went over there. The following year, it went on sale 8 months before, and I had to log in and buy the tickets on, and that's how quickly it evolved. And the same with the UK ones. I used to just turn up and get a ticket and go in, and now, I mean, they sell out way far in advance, and the guests they're bringing over, I mean, I'd probably say the first time I went to New York Comic Con, I mean, Sigourney Weaver was there, Sylvester Stallone was there, Patrick Stewart, as I said, Hulk Hogan. But every time I went back, the guests were getting worse and worse. But the guests in the UK started to just become unbelievable. You couldn't believe the guests that, the London Film Comic Con especially were bringing over. I mean, the Back to the Future reunion was just amazing. I got to, have a picture of Michael J. Fox. That was big for me,
Show the guys some of your photos, the ones you were showing us earlier. You got them to hand?
Yeah. I brought them in just to. There's quite a few. I'll start with this one. This is the Lost Boys. I mean, we drove all the way up to Manchester on a Saturday, slept over, and went to the show on the Sunday. And to meet near enough the whole gang was just fantastic. Keith Lemon was just in front of me in the queue as well. He pushed in. That's Hold on. Obviously a big guy. If you see his wrist is as big as my head. What a gentleman he was. Anyone who's met him will just say, and I got a picture of him when he was dressed up in the costume, old Jeremy Bulloch. But lovely man. And yeah, I'm glad I got the picture as well, because I went to loads of Comic-Cons and never really met him. I used to get stuff signed, but I got a picture that time. Me, I'm a big Tarantino fan. This guy, he's in a lot of the movies, and yeah, I couldn't resist. I went after work and just had my picture with him, and pretty much left straight away because it was quite late. But glad I met him. He's a legend.
Wicked.
My favourite picture. We had to wait at Star Wars Celebration. We was waiting for her, and Luke, because I met Luke straight just before her. Just look how loving she is towards me, and she was like that towards everyone. I always say that Carrie Fisher and Mark Hamill, they get Star Wars, and they get the fans, and they understand what it means, and how serious we take it.
And maybe she looked like she wanted a bit of you in that photo.
I would have loved her. I would have, even though she's like 70.
Mr. Apollo Creed.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great one.
That's a great one, yeah.
He's quite a character.
Mark Hamill, yeah.
He's quite funny, isn't he?
Yeah, he was. I mean, you only get to meet him really quickly, but as long as the picture's right, you're looking straight. That's Doc there.
The doc, yeah.
Yeah, I think he was a bit fed up. It was a Sunday, and I think he just had enough. I mean, all these people going crazy for him. I met Hawkeye. He was shorter than I expected. I mean, look, he's just a little bit taller than me, and I'm only 5'7". I just thought he'd be taller.
Ken, behave yourself. Ken, behave yourself, mate. You're more 5'4", mate.
Yeah. Oh no, whatever. I met the Karate Kid.
Daniel San.
Yeah, before Cobra Kai, so it wasn't as crazy to meet him. The lady said to me, "Don't try and shake his hands. He's got that. He likes to have clean hands. He's got that phobia." So I didn't shake his hand. I just did with the old karate chop. Me and my older brother, Patrick Stewart.
Professor X.
I had to meet Lena Headey from Game of Thrones. She was really nice as well.
Getting a bit close to you, Ken, there, mate. Getting a bit close, isn't she?
She was welcome.
Female one.
I'm sure you've all seen Breaking Bad, but yeah, this guy's a legend. He's a top actor, and the way he went into character, I said, I pulled out the stash that I'm holding, and his face just changed, and he just looked exactly like Gus. So yeah, that was pretty good. He's the big one. This one was very expensive to get, and I wasn't going to get it, but my missus decided to treat me because she loved him, and obviously she loved me. So yeah, I got that picture, but he screwed me over. He made me wait so long for the picture. He made us wait like an hour and a half, and I had to keep leaving. And at one stage I left, got my picture with this guy,
and
then went back. But I missed my picture with Stan Lee because of Stallone, because yeah.
That's a great one. That's a great one with Hogan.
Yeah, I've just got there's this one with Steven Seagal. It might be a bit blurry because it's in glass, but
I can see it now.
He was bloody miserable, to be fair, but I didn't say nothing to him. You saw how big he was. But some of the people were going up to him going, "You're miserable. Why are you so late?" And he was just looking at him, and I thought, he's going to karate chop your neck in a minute. One of my favourites, you probably can see there. I met Michael J. Fox. Obviously, he's obviously suffering from an illness. Couldn't shake his hands or anything, but yeah, he was in the DeLorean. I just pointed at him, and yeah, I was buzzing after that. That was one of my highlights, meeting him, because he was always someone I liked. Teen Wolf and Back to the Future as a kid were big movies for me. And finally, I don't want to bore you with these, Danny Glover. And I put the glasses on, and yeah, he was a lovely man. Actually, I spoke to him after as well.
That's a great one as well.
Just part of the journey, going around collecting toys, and in between at the Comic Cons, you have pictures with the stars, and yeah, they're just memories. They just, you can look at them, and 3 or 4 of them were from New York Comic Con the first time I ever went. And if I could turn back time, I still would have got the pictures, but there were so many toys that I passed on that were so cheap, just ridiculously cheap. I'm talking carded He-Man figures for $30. I bought Cyclone, I think it was mint, and I didn't buy any others because I don't really collect He-Man. But I was picking up like Star Wars carded figures for like $30 and $25. And I just think now if I went there now, I'd fill up like 3 suitcases. But I just didn't know at the time. I didn't know it was gonna. I thought it would always be the same. I didn't think these toys would inflate in price so much. But yeah, everyone's got those moments where if I could go back in time, I would have bought more. But yeah, it's just one of those things. But I think I've collected well over the years, and I've been savvy with it. I've never really overpaid. Even now with the prices, I'm still very patient, and I always say patience is key with collecting this stuff. Unless you've got endless pots of money and you just want to go on eBay and just buy everything and get it all straight away. If you want to be a bit more patient and you put in the hours and you go to the boot sales, I mean, I was finding, take Star Wars for instance. I mean, the last summer when there was boot sales, I was finding Star Wars figures still, and I was finding last 17. 2 or 3 of them. I found an Imperial Gunner and the Pilot. So yeah, it's still out there, but you've got to dig, and there's a lot of competition. And you've got to be quick.
For sure.
As I said.
Oh yeah, well we know you're super rapid, mate. we have got guys. In fact, and this could be to do with your competition, Mr. Big C. We have got dozens and dozens of comments. I'm gonna fly through some. There is some questions for you, Ken, as well. And then what we'll do is as well in a little while, in about 15, 20 minutes, we can have a little look around your room. So PG Westy, first time live watching. Thank you very much. Good to have your ears. Frank is in the building. Facebook's running here. Thank you for letting me know that. Baz is in the building. Dark Lycan. Loved my Devilman haul I got the other day. Thank you very much. Mr. Vic is in the building. He says fake news Facebook. Troy said he's watching on Facebook as well. Thank you, guys. Empire of the Empire, spam bot enabled. I'm banned for commenting for 10 minutes. Not sure about that. El Tender's in the building. How you doing, buddy? David Resells and Collect. Hi, guys. Did you manage to order the WWE Elite Series 85 Karma Big C? Because I didn't want it.
Yeah, I think I am going to get it. Is it on pre-order, isn't it?
Yes, on Smith's. I think it's out in May.
Any day now, I'm gonna put my pre-order in for that.
I think you'll regret this. Is that to do with the competition? Is that because we're going to get spammed with loads of comments?
Yeah, that's what happened.
I didn't really think of that, Big C, to be honest with you, because you've given an hour window for people to just talk, comment.
Isn't it how bad the people want it?
Well, this is it, ain't it? Big C.
Looking horny.
He is.
It. Evening, Rich.
Evening, Rich.
Ken, that's a beautifuck. Mr. Andy, Toys and Models. Is he talking about your... he might be talking about behind you. Brad's in the building. Oh, I hope I get the Robocop. I am Dave. How you doing? He said, that's a cool prize. Stormy T. Cool Robocop. Pete, your move. Creep. Neil, how you doing? He's in the building. Matt Smith. Now, I have to mention there's two Matt Smiths. I've only found this out the other day. There's the Matt Smith that me and you can know from Essex, Chatham, who actually won the Transformer a few weeks back. And then there's another Matt Smith, because the reason being is because remember Big C, when we done the competition, we said previous winners could not enter. He messaged me and he said, don't get me mixed up with the other Matt Smith.
There's another Matt Smith.
Yeah, so there is two Matt Smiths who watch the show. Empire Uphold the Law. Was that an official movie quote? I've no idea. David Resell says he needs that. Blue Harvest Vintage Toys is in the building. He says, nice. Kevin's in the building again. How you doing? Good to have your eyes and ears. Nice prize. Blast Collectibles. Nice prizes. El Tender. Neat prizes. Thank you very much. The Toy Scavenger Pool. Evening. We are all good. Thank you.
Hey.
You have 30 seconds to comply. So Lucy's asked, Girls' Toys next week. I'll have to... You know what? Actually, I might mention it now.
What Lucy into? Like what lines does she like? I think we need to know that, Lucy.
The prizes next week are kind of, I suppose Robocop you would say is definitely a male orientated action figure. Next week's prize is actually is Pokemon, involves Pokemon. So that's quite diverse, because I know there's a lot of girls out there that are into Pokemon and collect Pokemon. So hey, it's a little and large Robocop, aka Alex Murphy. Fat fingers. Oh, there you go. Andy misspelled. Ken, I see a beautiful beast behind you.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, Andy's into Willow, isn't he? Dobbs fam, Mr. Big C, your guys in the building. Sick prize. Alan, how you doing, mate? All good, all good. Jimmy Crane at 1986. Those are two amazing prizes. Awesome prizes, Tom. Thank you very much. Everyone talking about a Robocop. David World Toys. Hello, mate. How you doing? Matt is looking forward to the quiz between you two later on.
Head
to head. Frank, Daddy Robocop and Baby Robocop. Great hat. Don't know about the glasses, Mr. C.
Yeah, my daughter. The hat was from college. Glasses from my daughter. So I thought I'd put it together. These boys were encouraging me.
Well, Ken Star Wars shelf looks. We will be looking at that shortly. Mr. Dan Plastics in the building. Ken is the T1000 of the boot fairs. This is very true. Creative Bantha Enrique. Ken is super fast at the flea.
I am.
David just letting me know that Facebook was working. It was probably just my phone being. Is Thomas the delivery man getting a feature then? Mr. Big C, you want to answer that question?
Smuggler's Canyon, good question, because we did try and get Thomas involved in a segment tonight and get him live on air, but we couldn't quite make it happen with him. So he's a very busy man. I mean, he's all over the place delivering shopping, isn't he? So, you know, we can't really stop him from doing that. So, yeah, we did try, but it hasn't worked out.
He's keeping fat bastards like you fed, isn't he, Big C?
Yeah.
Chuck Norris is scared of boot sales, thanks to Ken, the tour scavenger. Ken is a car boot legend. Has some great finds. I see him get items first hand. There you go. Proud of seeing you. Cool collection. We will be seeing it. Right, I've got a first question for you, Ken. I won't go too deep in it, but question for Ken from David World Toys. Your top 5 toys, and is there anything you would love to collect? So I'm presuming anything that you don't currently collect that you might collect in the future.
I'll answer the latter first. I was thinking this the other day, and I'm going around the room, and even if you look at my sort of collecting habits now, I think I'm not going to say I've done it, but you know, I bought a few Galaxy Rangers recently, a bit of Brave Star, a bit of Police Academy, but they're lines I could have had over the years. Star Wars, I've got everything loose, complete, and I've got about 50 odd carded figures, and I've got loads of what I like, the memorabilia, like the bubble baths and the soaps and the pencil tops. I've got most of the play sets and the ships. I've got the Imperial Shuttle and the Ewok Village and the Falcon. I think, yeah, I'm just kind of done with it now, as in collecting wise. There's nothing I'm sort of desperately looking for. And if I would, if there was, it would just be like a small line, like say like Mad Balls, which I've had before as well and got rid of. But there's only 5 or 6 of them, and I could probably complete it in a few weeks. So yeah, I think the slog, not a slog, because it's been brilliant collecting over the years. I think I'm very comfortable with what I've got. I'm not always out there looking for loads of things. As I said, over the last 2-3 years, I've got more into sort of buying to sell now, because the collecting thing's kind of done. Top 5 toys. I'll bore you with these very quickly.
I don't know whether he means toys or actual toy lines. So probably maybe just individual top 5 toys. It's probably hard. That's a really hard question.
I've shown these before, I think. Get it right. These are the Never Ending Story PVCs. There's Valcor. There's Atreyu.
Atreyu!
The Empress. The Rock Biter. The Guy and the Slug. Yeah. And Bastion, reading the book. I never knew they existed. It was just when I saw Justice Curry talking about it on his channel, one of his early videos. I went on eBay and found the set for really cheap, and I picked them up. And they were, strangely enough, they're one of my favourite things in the collection, just because they're so unusual, and I never knew they existed. But my top 5 toy lines, I mean, Star Wars is obviously number 1. I've got, in no order this is, I've always had a soft spot for Sectors. I've got a few of them. I remember having them as a kid. I really do like them. LJN Dungeons and Dragons, I love as well. The A-Team figures, I'm big on. And I'd probably say last would be probably the Remco Karate Kid line.
Some very niche toy lines there, mate. But all fantastic, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Big C looks like he's just returned from an acid trip in Scandinavia. Legend.
Don't get me wrong. I know I've gone completely over the top this week.
77. I'm not too sure what that is. Yes, Tomo, Ken, hats looking fresh. Big C.
77.
That might be. I'm not too sure. I think that might be Ben, my pal Ben. I'm not entirely sure. Another question for you, Ken. This might be a little bit easier. From Baz, start like an 81. Your top 5 Star Wars toys.
Toys. Well, number 1 has got to be the Falcon, because it was the first place that I got. That's definitely number 1. The rest will probably be figures. Yeah, I love any Luke Skywalker figure. I love them all, to be honest. But Farm Boy's probably my favourite, with the little Jedi. Yeah, I'll probably say the Imperial Shuttle. And I know I wasn't lucky enough to have one as a kid, but I got one a toy show about 9 years ago from Leicester Toys. Actually, Joe hooked me up with that for a really good price. I got the box as well, but that's in the loft. And I love the Jabba the Hutt playset. I think it's brilliant. I had it as a kid as well, and I've got it now. And yeah, they're probably my favourite 5.
Wicked, mate. Big C, your hat game is going to get harder and harder to top each week. Smugglers Canyon has said.
Problem. So I don't know how to go down, but I did see Smugglers Canyon. I think it was on Monkey Stream. He accused Vic of upstaging me with his hat game. What do you think now? Would be my question to you.
Well,
don't get me wrong. complete moron. But you know.
Quick little question for you from Mr. Plastic Dad. How much better did the Chatham donut look compared to how it tasted?
Oh, I mean, it was probably a 9 out of 10. And then, I mean, when I bit into it, Dan, I mean, I'm thankful you bought me one, but mate, it was at 4, probably out of 10. I mean, yeah, just terrible.
Boris the Fett, aka Vic. Ken, do you remember Remo Williams? And
every week this pops up.
I know. Mr. Dan Plastic said yes, Vic. Them two, I think, are like two of the only people that know about it.
No, I don't know what I don't know what he's going on about. What's the story, Morning Glory? I like it.
How you doing? Got another question for you, Ken, from I Am the Dave. Have you completed the last 17?
Yeah, I've got every Star Wars figure loose, complete. The only one I don't have actually is the Tri-Logo Fett, which I could have had so many times over the years. He's basically a different shade and his knees got, you know, no paint on it. It's the only one I haven't got, but everything else, the last 17 I've got. Yeah.
Wicked. And Napa, look, see, this is how far behind we are. This is when you was talking about Napa.
Yeah.
He loves the Comic Cons. Another question. This is an overall question. Do you guys dust your collections often, or how do you keep everything clean? Maybe twice a year at a push, but that's normally when I'm having a reshuffle. That I dust all the shelves down. I'll be honest with you, I'm pretty lazy with it. What about you, Ken?
You know what? I'm going to be very honest. I don't do it, and I'll pick a toy off the shelf now. I'll just pick, you know, this sector. There's nothing on it. I don't know how it. At the top, there's a bit of dust on like, some of the bigger boxes, but figures, I don't know. They just don't seem to pick up any dust. I mean, this will take hours to dust this room.
What about you, Big C? I know your collection ain't as big as ours. Do you dust, or do you just kind of just let it get on?
I'll just let it go natural.
Eventually, that's the way.
Grey, where they're completely coated. So yeah, it works for me.
So I'm about 20 minutes behind with comments, guys. So I'll start getting through. Smuggler's Canyon, compressed air cans.
That's probably the easiest way of doing it, isn't it? But
yeah,
they off a little bit of liquid though, don't they? Because it's like compressed.
Yeah, they get like the freezing, like the cold liquid.
Yeah.
Indeed. My mother is in the building. Hello, Mum. How are you doing?
Hello, Julia.
Old Harry Potter shows. I thought Ken said Harry Potter. I was at the London Film Comic Con in 2015 with Michael J. Fox. You know what I was just about to say then when he said MJF? There's a wrestler, isn't there, Chris, in All Elite Wrestling called MJF, isn't there? I'm sure there is. I don't watch it, but I'm sure there's a wrestler called MJF. I might be wrong. Lost Boys, awesome. That's awesome. That's a special pick, Alan says, with the Lost Boys.
Yeah.
Was Alex Winter there? He was there when he came.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, and he went on stage and spoke for quite a bit as well. Very interesting guy.
Good stuff. Matt Smith, the other Matt Smith. Ken's met some great people at the cons. Dark Lycaner said it's funny because he always gets asked why he collects toys. I don't so much now, if I'm honest with you, but when I was in my late teens, so this was been in the late 90s when I was collecting a lot of wrestlers. Obviously, then it was the Attitude Era, and people found it very bizarre. I mean, obviously, I was 18, going out, getting pissed and collecting toys, and people were a bit like, "What are you collecting toys for?" But now, people don't really say nothing now. I think you're right, Ken. I think pop culture is such a huge thing that definitely. Tom said, "Great photo of you, Ken and Carrie." Scott, hello, Scott. How you doing, mate? I think that might be your first comment. I'm not sure. Good to have your eyes and ears. Cool photos. I got Michael Madsen, Mr. Dan Plastic, to sign my 1/6 Mr. Blonde. Lucy has said, in the 1977 Palatoy trade catalogue for the release of the Star Wars figures, it states that Star Wars was going to be one of the biggest merchandising opportunities of all time. How right were they? In true story.
Big time.
Dobbs fan met Ted DiBiase at the London Film Comic Con. Moody, miserable git.
Yeah, he looks it. I walked past him a few times.
Awesome pics. Pete says met Jeremy Bullock too. Smuggler's Canyon said hero. Oh, see, look, it's just caught me up with all the comments now. Here we go. Go back. It's all about the memories. That's right. It's all about the memories. Boris the Fett, Mr. Blonde, Vic Vega, one of the best. Pete said you were lucky to meet Sly. Indeed, I think you were, as much as it probably cost you a bit.
Yeah, it did.
Steven Seagal says, Vladimir Putin. Kevin O'Brien, whatever happened to Big C?
Yeah, Kevin.
To the Big C prize, you was going to offer up. Oh, yeah. Kevin. It broke, didn't it? Did it break?
No, we'll have to get round to doing it eventually. But Kevin, I mean, the whole thing is a farce. You don't really want it, mate. It's a very crusty, broken, busted up action figure.
Got another question for you, Ken. Who was the worst person to meet?
Do you know what? Anthony Daniels, who plays C-3PO.
Oh yeah,
yeah. He was just a bit of a dickhead, to be honest.
I've heard
he was taking some water in at the time, and he went to me like that, as if wait, and then he just signed it, didn't even look at me, and I thought, knob end. But yes, I mean Steven Seagal was grumpy as well, but
you then think poorly of them every time you think about it, watch a film, and you come across them again. You think about that, didn't you? It ruins it a little bit, doesn't it? The character.
Yeah, I mean, look, those two people I knew were idiots anyway. I've heard from people who've met them before that they're not very nice. But yeah, I guess some of these stars that are at these shows, they're probably not ashamed to be there, but they've been dragged there by their agent because their agent's been given a load of money, and they're probably there because their careers have gone down the pan. I mean, if you look into some of these, Madston, he went bankrupt, didn't he? And there's probably a few others like Seagal. I mean, I don't know. Has he wasted all his money on divorces and that? Why was he? Does he really need to be at a Comic-Con? It didn't seem like he wanted to be there.
Ken, they're paying a lot of these people now are paying the bills, aren't they? Turning up there.
100%.
Yeah, a lot of them have gone bankrupt, haven't they? Some of them names from the 80s and stuff. Brad said some serious cool photo opportunities. Very cool. Ian, how you doing, mate? Ian's one of my colleagues at work. Do you think Comic-Con will go ahead this year? He's probably talking about the London one. Ain't they? I'm sure they've said that they're going to be doing it in July. So do you think it's a bit early, Ken, or?
No, because I think from the is it July 19th? They're saying it's like football's returning and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean the problem they might have is that to get people, they'll probably have to reduce the capacity, and there'll probably be extra measures in place to get people in. But if it's on, I'll be still in there 100%.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to just doing anything.
Yeah,
anything normal at the minute. Nick said great photos, Ken, very impressive. London toy shops in the base, nice stuff. All really wicked pics, Ken. What memories? Everyone's saying about how awesome the pics are. Some epic pictures of Lost Boys. I think we've all passed on toys at the time, and then when they've shot up in price, you end up kicking yourself. This is true. Now, the next person is very interesting. Here's the other Matt Smith, I believe. So we've got both. We've got two Matt Smiths, because this Matt Smith I can see is from Facebook. The other Matt Smith's talking from YouTube. So we've got the two Matt Smiths. Evening, Matt. How you doing, mate? They do say not to meet your idols.
It's true.
Yeah.
Fred, how you doing, Fred? Long time, mate. Evening, guys. Do you think this is probably more primarily at you, Ken, because Big C's not fully up to speed with the Star Wars situation. Do you think the price of Cara Dune figures will blow up in a few years following her getting fired from Mandalorian?
They already have, haven't they? They're already selling for more. But I mean, look, how many people have got them? How many people have got them sealed? How many people are going to have to sell them at some stage because they're going to start having kids? And I don't know. It has gone up. Whether they stay that price, I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Be interesting to
see. Yeah, it's crazy.
How you doing, Dean? Dean is on my Facebook feed. Boo, Pokemon. You got to, as Troy says, you got to catch them all. Retro Shed 85. Evening. How you doing?
Evening.
Big C, the glasses make it, mate.
I think so as well. I think so.
James, how you doing? Glad to have your eyes and ears. Loving the prizes in the stream. Thank you very much. Right, hold on a minute, Big C. What's going on here, mate? It's your man, mate, Mr. Thomas Emery.
Time to drop us a message, and Thomas. So, evening, Thomas.
He's back.
Where's my shopping? You know,
where's your shopping? We have to give a shout to Mr. Emery and like all the other delivery drivers out there who've done obviously a fantastic job during the lockdown. I'm glad to hear you tried, Big C. Fingers crossed Thomas will adjust his schedule at some point, or maybe you could arrange for your delivery to be between 8 and 9.
Last time he streamed though, Tom went absolutely mad. He did.
And then it ended up becoming a thing. Got another question for you, Ken. Is there anything you've ever passed on and come to regret?
Yeah, at New York Comic Con, there was a absolute mint carded Chewbacca, and I never purchased it. I got it a few years later, but I paid like 4 or 5 times the amount. I mean, it was $50 and it was mint, but this was a long time ago. The only other thing was, the blasters, the vintage blasters from '77, Star Wars ones. There was the Luke blaster boxed. It was a NEC Comic Con, £150 it was, and I never bought it. And I got home and I kicked myself. I never saw it again. I saw it yesterday, funny enough, and someone had one up for like £800. So. Yeah, I'll probably never own that now because I don't think I'll pay £800 for it.
Isn't it?
Oh.
It's them prices.
As a gutter.
Some of these comments will get lost in translation because we're a little bit behind. But thought he said sex toy. I'm not entirely sure what that refers to. Ian, Dungeons and Dragons, brilliant figures. Still got mine. They are fantastic.
Sectors.
You like Dungeons and Dragons, Tom, don't you?
I do, mate. Yeah, I've got a little collection. Question for Ken: do you collect Black Series?
No, look, I made a decision about a year ago just to not collect anything modern. The room was starting to get invaded by NECA because NECA makes some awesome figures. But I've just got it. I've had it all out. I got rid of all my Black Series. I did start buying some because they were so cool, but I don't want it. The whole point of me collecting was for nostalgia, to come in this room and look at a toy and be blasted back to my childhood. And the NECAs and the Black Series and all that, although they're characters from that time, I didn't play with the toys. I've not got the memories for them. These are the treasures of our youths, aren't they? And I just want to keep. There's enough vintage out there, and this room isn't big enough to sort of hold all the new toys and the old toys. So the vintage, the old stuff, the great stuff stays, and the rest just went. I just got rid of it. It's rather in the loft or it's been sold, or So I don't collect Black Series now. No.
That's fair enough. What is the rarest figure you have?
Good question.
Rarest figure. I would. It's not that it's rare, but I've got the last 17 pop-up R2D2. And why I say it's rare because of the condition it's in. I mean, it's beautiful. Funny enough, the lightsaber popped out the other day, and I couldn't find it. And now that happens in toy rooms. I don't know if you guys suffer from this problem, but you drop a weapon on the floor, and it just disappears into thin air. You just don't know where it is. I found the lightsaber eventually. It was outside my toy room. I don't know how it got there. It's £100 lights. It's about £100 to replace. So I was pretty pissed that I lost it, but I found it again. But yeah, probably the rarest one. It'd probably be the hardest one to replace as well. Now in that condition, I keep going back to these never-ending story PVCs, but they're pretty rare. They're quite hard to find at a decent price. Apart from that, I think most of the stuff in here you could probably get now. It's just about condition, really, especially with the Star Wars stuff.
We've got tons of questions. I'm trying to get through them all. So, because we obviously want to do a little tour of your room. Dark Lycan said he's thinking about doing a live stream at some point. Get on it. Colin. Hello, Colin. How you doing? Thank you for your sponsorship tonight. Ken, what is your best Star Wars find?
This is an easy one for me. I just got into this boot sale. It's humongous. It's in Essex. So I travelled there in the morning. I've just got in there, and I was going down the second aisle. And Star Wars fans will know there's a rare and expensive collector's book. I think it's. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ian Kellerman or Steve Kellerman. It's a big old book and it's extremely detailed. And I knew of its existence. I knew it was it basically cost more than Jackface. And I was zooming past and I saw Star Trek comics on the floor. So I went over to them. I was looking at them, and I looked to the left, and this old man had picked up this book in his hand. And I looked at it and went, no, not in front of me. Please, I'd rather have not seen this if this is how it's going to go down now. And he asked the guy how much he wanted, and the guy said £6. And he looked at it and went, and he put it back down. I pounced on it, got him down to a £5, and I put it in my bag. And I just came away, and I just couldn't believe what I'd found. I don't really read books, to be honest, but that book was fantastic, and I read it, and then I sold it on to keep it in the toy world. I only I made obviously a big profit on it, but I didn't charge what it was going for. I made sure it was a bit less, but that was one of them. But on the same day as well, anyone who knows about the PVC Dungeons and Dragon figures, they sort of sell between £30 and £40, all up to £70, £80. The same day, I went to a boot sale on the way home, and I found 3 or 4 of them for 20p each as well. So that was an amazing day for me.
Good stuff.
But the rarest Star Wars one, definitely that book.
Do any of you guys own any prototypes? Just a quick one for me. Quick no.
Big collectors have the prototypes, don't they?
No, not me either.
Sort of hardcore collector to have bits like that.
That's a quick no from all 3 of us then. Pete, Peter said, Ken, what's the most you were paid for a toy, and what was it?
Most of them paid for a toy. It'll be one of the Star Wars figures on the cards. I think probably one of the last 17 that I've got on the card. I can't remember which one. I think the Luke poncho, I only paid still a couple of £100. Remember, a lot of my collection I bought 8, 9, 10 years ago, 7 years ago, when prices were still reasonable. The only one I never really bought, and I nearly got close a few times, was Boba Fett, and he was priced at that time at about £700, £650 for a good condition one, and I left it, and they're about £1,200 now on a Jedi card. So yeah, that was a regret that I never bought it at the time when it was sort of 700. But yeah, I think that's probably the most expensive individual item. Yeah, about 170, I think. Yeah, I never go crazy with it now.
That's fair enough, mate. I think you've got a little bit of a delay, Ken, from us speaking to you. It's just there is a little bit of maybe a 3 or 4 second delay, but it's fine. We can work with it. Smugglers Canyon,
yeah.
Mr. Big C saying you've upstaged Vic. However, technically you are wearing a hat and a wig, so could segue into wigs from here on.
So I think this is the most extreme I'm going to go moving forward. I just wanted to have a sort of crazy week.
I think Ken's having some connection problems, isn't he? Yours look all clean. I'm not entirely sure what that's for regards to, PJ West.
Fresh collection he's got.
Oh, okay. Mando's Mucky Mate. Ken, can tell good stories. Yeah, last week's winner. Yes, of course. Last week's winner. I did have a little video that I was meant to put on, but my laptop is still restarting, and we are nearly an hour into this show, so it could be iPad all the way from now. I am the Dave. Another question for Ken. Oh, not toy related, but what's your favourite Oasis song?
Good question.
Oh, probably Slide Away.
Slide Away.
That song definitely maybe, isn't it?
Yeah, the last track, the second from last track. Married with Children's the last track. Yeah.
I don't know why there's a delay now with Ken, because it was all right, wasn't it, at the very beginning? But we'll be good with it. We'll be good. There's just got to give Ken a little 3 or 4 second thing to answer his question. Alan has said vintage dust will be the next thing. Mr. Dan Plastic has said MJF is in AEW. See, I was right. As Jimmy Crane said, you are correct. Maxwell Jacob Freeman, better known as MJF. Self-help hero, how you doing? He's a brilliant heel. 77 is Benny Boy. My close friend. Big C, you've not met my best friend Ben, have you? My close friend. No. Ken, you know Ben, don't you? Obviously from from my my stag do and
I know Ben. Yeah,
and a wedding that a certain someone didn't turn up. In fact, I could just sort of throw him off the live stream. No, really, shouldn't I?
You're going to hold not going to your wedding against me. I didn't agree with the marriage. Secondly, you blew out both my daughter's christenings with sob stories. So even. The score's even.
Well, I'll leave it at that. MJF, future Hall of Famer. The Toyz Gamer just said, we don't watch AEW, do we? Big C looking like an Attitude Era Christian in those glasses.
Yeah. When he went all silly, you know, and tried to be like, you know, comical, didn't he? Like a comical heel. Yeah.
Ian said he met William Shatner at the last Comic-Con. The bloke in front of him kissed him. He wasn't impressed. Kirk wasn't impressed.
One though, Kirk, when you see like interviews with him on YouTube, he does come across, considering his age as well, he's so with it for his age. I think he's like 90 now, isn't he? But he seems like a top man. William
Could well be, yeah. Could well be. Ken, are you, just a quick one, are you connected to the internet or are you connected to your data? Because you've gone really blurry and buzzy all of a sudden. It might be worth switching.
Yeah, it might be everyone in the house being on the internet. Should I go to my data? Should I? I'll come off my Wi-Fi, yeah? I might drop, so you have to get me back.
Yeah, no worries. You know the link and everything. My mum said, look, remember when we saw Hulk Hogan in Florida waving at everyone like he was the Queen? Yeah, I do remember that. In 1992, I think it was. Steven Seagal being miserable is normal, to be fair.
Yeah.
Another awesome live stream. Thank you very much. Hopefully we'll get... Yeah, we got you back in the building, Ken.
Yeah, Ken.
Yeah, you're all good.
I'm clear now, yeah. I think it's because everyone in their house has started getting on Netflix now and on their internet, and they killed me.
Yeah, no, you're a lot better now, mate. Seagal is a fascinating.
Yeah.
London. Let's quickly get through these. You know what I've just realised as well, Big C. We got 3 minutes until your competition ends as such.
So any comment that's come in the last hour is qualified, so potentially could win.
Anyone, yeah. Any two that have spoken in the last hour.
Yeah.
Winter Comic Con will be on. It would be good to meet you there, mate. Ian. That's my pal Ian, who I work with, one of my colleagues. He loves his Star Wars and his horror and that. So me and him have said we're going to hit the London Comic Cons when they reopen. Ken, I've noticed you travel the world, and do you see different prices around the world from David World Toys?
Yeah, and you can't beat the States. As Tom, you know, I mean, we go to Chicago, don't we, Tom? We've been twice now to the Kane County, and it's just unreal. And it's also the unusual things you find as well, like stuff you just never seen or never knew existed. And that's why I love going there, just to buzz. And, you know, Enrique, who's we meet out there, he lives there. And is it Creative Banfa?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He takes us everywhere, and we travel around as Tom's video show on his channel. And America's the place for me. I'd love to just go there 2, 3, 4 times a year if I could.
Ken, you've been Kane County twice. I've been Kane County 5 times.
5 times, I know you have.
5. Yeah. Like Booker T, 5 times. Funny enough, as I just said that, El Tender said that it's on in April. We do know this. We are aware, but anyone from the UK, I don't think will be leaving anywhere in April. We're probably October, I think. I think October's realistic, though. I think October's realistic.
I'm up for it.
I'd like to think so, wouldn't you?
Big C, Thomas said he's loving the content.
Thank you, mate.
They're even asking in the feed how he is.
Stone fan club.
How can we find Ken and what's he on? Ken is only on Instagram under Back to the Toys, which is spelt Toys is spelt with a Z. All no underscore, just Back to the Toys with a Z. He's on Instagram. He always puts his collection up and his boot sale finds. So all good there. I'm going to read through a couple more and then we'll look at your collection, Ken. And obviously we've got the quiz to do still. So let's let's try. Question for how far would you travel for a Comic Con tour for a boot sale? Ken, I think me and you have just answered that question. We'd go to the other side of the world, wouldn't we?
Yeah, been to New York, been to Chicago.
You'll probably just about get me to my local boot sale. About 1.5 miles down the road.
Mate, I had to drag you to Guildford, and you even struggled to do that. And you live what 10 minutes from there, 15 minutes.
Yeah. Great day that was, Tom, wasn't it? You was your happy self again, weren't you? Found loads of stuff that day.
There's one word. There's one.
Listen, let me just say, he come to my local boot sale. I said it's a big one. I think you're gonna have a good. He's come there an hour in. He's fuming, and he's telling me he's blaming me because there's nothing at the boot sale for him.
Big C, he was probably getting pictures from me of finding all these He-Man and Fox Castle Grayskulls at the same time.
He was messaging, wasn't he? And
yeah, I think he was.
Like, coming here. I was like, oh, that's nice.
I think Ken that day. I think you might have been. It might have been a day where you might have found a load of. I can't remember, but you were putting pictures in the group. You definitely
was it
were.
Nintendo? Remember when I found those Nintendos? I found 2 boxed Nintendos and about 20 games. Was it that day?
I can't remember, but Chris, I went to 2 with you. I went twice with you, didn't I? Do you remember one time I found all the board games, didn't I? But they were £1 each. Do you remember?
That was Guildford, and then didn't we do this Saturday one at Carl Shorten, St Helier?
Oh yeah, that was shambolic, wasn't it? I don't think I found anything, did I?
Yeah, you found.
You've been a few times with me, didn't you? I can't remember. I remember one time that was shit with you. I have to admit, but
that's too depressing.
Smuggler's Canyon's asking Thomas, the delivery driver, if he's a retro Toyz fan. Are you? Let us know.
Thomas will probably tell you, but I believe he's a Pokemon man.
Oh, there you go then. Jimmy Crane saying 12 minutes ago, but that's a lie because we are 1 minute past 9, so we will get on, crack on.
On the comments.
We will do soon, yeah. Dark Lycan, you've already answered this, Ken, haven't you? What was your best boot sale find? You answered this earlier.
Yeah, it was the Star Wars book, wasn't it? Yeah. I mean, look, there was another time, but very quickly, I was actually with Craig, who owns Nerd Base in Essex, and he just said goodbye to me. And I've been around this boot sale, it's humongous. I think I just said goodbye to him, and I was just walking down the side. I went, I'm just going to go and check this area over here. It was like these guys that do like clearance, and I called it the Big Red Box because it was a big red box. And I went over to it, and it was just packed. I mean, I've got maybe 45 Battle Beasts. 35 of them were in this box, but there was loads. There was Star Wars figures, Karate Kid figures, loads of Transformers accessories. It was heaven. It was heaven for me. And I said, how much are the toys in here? And he went, 50p. I said, what do you want for the box? He goes, just give me a tenner and take it. I went, oh, okay, thank you. So I paid him the tenner. But he said to me as I left, he goes, people have been buying out of that all morning. But it was still stacked to the top. And so I thought, no one who knew or collected toys has been buying from it because they would have cleaned it out. It must have just been little kids just grabbing like a Transformer off the top, or but I took it home, cleaned it up. It took me about 3 hours. It was just amazing. That's my best find ever. And there was probably like £1,000 worth of toys in there, no lie.
That answers what Frank's just asked as well, because he's asked, do you have any amazing find stories? And that would probably, what you've just mentioned would answer that question, I believe. Yeah,
I mean, years ago it was better, but yeah, you can still find stuff now, but not like the old days.
No, it's getting harder, mate. Smuggler's Canyon. Ken, do you have a blue snag?
I do have a blue snag, and I bought it at a London Comic Con actually about 7 years ago, and I paid £70 for it. But the boots aren't very good. Anybody knows about blue snag, they know about the boots. But again, I remember when I was at New York Comic Con, and the guy bought me 2 absolutely mint blue snags. Their boots were silver and shiny. And I passed on them. He wanted $150 each, and I just passed. And that's another one I've regretted. I bought some nice bits off him, but I left them. And yeah,
many regrets. Good luck, everyone, on the Robocops. Great figure, Ken. I'm not too sure what one I am the Dave is talking about. Great idea. Love the Mondays when I get in from work. Collecting is great, relaxing, and your time. Coles beyond the toy channel. Thank you very much. There's loads of questions here for you, Ken. I think what we're going to have to do is just hold fire. I've got to on the question on the feed. I've got to 10 to 9, so I'm about 12, 13 minutes behind. There is loads and loads and loads of comments still. Big C, should we do this now?
Should we do it?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let me make you big.
The competition.
Mm-hmm.
Should we see who's what the lucky time is? So let's get let's rip that open. So inside we've got the time. Let's
I'm gonna have to obviously search for this time now, aren't I? So
you'll have to, yeah. You're the master there, aren't you? So there is our time.
All right, 8:37. Give me 2 secs. All right, I don't have to go back too far. Right, we have got 2 winners. We've got 2 winners, and they're both from YouTube. So, I Am the Dave has won the big Robocop.
Well done.
Well done.
Funny enough, the what he actually wrote was the question about Oasis. What was your favourite Oasis song? That was the winning.
Slide Away. Yeah.
8:37. Now, second in 8:37 is PG Westy. So PG Westy has won the little Robocop. Let me get you out of there, Big C. So I Am the Dave and PG Westy, congratulations to you two.
Well done.
Now, I need the pair of you to either message me through the Pizarro's Pieces Instagram page or the Pizarro's Pieces Facebook page, because there is no real way of messaging addresses on YouTube.
I say, Tom, I thought that was a nice, easy format this week. No going backstage, writing bits of paper out and pulling things out of bowls and stuff like that. A nice, easy way of doing it, I thought.
Yeah, it was. It was quite simplified. Yeah, I'm pleased we got 2 winners as well, so that's good. And let me just show you them again quickly so you guys can see. And I'll post these out in the next few days. Let me make myself big. There we go. There's the Robocop.
That's nice.
Nice.
So that's I Am the Dave, and PG Westy it was, when it PG Westy's won the little Robocop. So congratulations, guys, on your prizes. And obviously next week we will, as always, we will be doing. Let me just get myself out of there. There we go. We'll be doing more prizes. There's tons of comments. So, but obviously, we want to do a little walk around of your room, Ken. And obviously, we've got the questionnaire for you two. I want to fly through that as well, don't I? So, if I put you on like that, obviously you're not. Let me just remove that comment. 1 sec. There we go. So, if you're able to,
Yes,
not too much in depth. Obviously, I think a lot of people want to see the Star Wars, and like I said, your picture's not the greatest, but you can get the gist of what's there, and a hell of a lot of carded there.
Yes, that's impressive. Look at that.
Oh, I'm going a bit.
No, we can see.
We can see, Ken. It's all right.
If I just drop it down, tell me what you guys can see. Can you see all 3 cabinets?
No, so we just got the top part of it, Ken, at the minute. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, still that top part. Yeah, wicked stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lovely bits there.
I'll zoom back anyway. If I just do a little 360 of the room, because this is
There we go. Yeah.
Wow. Serious bits there.
I can see some Dungeons and Dragons and
lots of boxed and carded items as well, Ken.
Yeah, it's not the obviously it's to do with your data and your internet, but you can get a gist of what's there. Oh, fucking Jesus Christ, look at that. Wow.
Yeah, it's probably not the best. I probably have to come in with a proper camera and go around and, Can you see? It's the Crypt Keeper. Can you see that? And the Bigfoot.
Yeah. And the gremlins and the critter.
Visionaries. There's just a bit of everything, really.
Infaceable, some battle beasts, my favourite. Sectors, lovely
stuff.
There's some Rambo and just some silly bits.
Beetlejuice, my favourite cabinet.
Yeah.
Daniel-san.
Come, you have to go, Ken. Go back there a little bit for me.
Yeah.
Caught a little bit of WWF there.
Yeah, there's a little bit because we was into it. My little brother's massively into it. Adam, he's got a big collection now. But I've had a little.
I think any toy collector, Ken, from like the 90s, you've got to have a little bit of Hasbro in there, haven't you?
Yeah. It was a big part of our childhood watching the wrestling, and yeah, fantastic. There's some Inhumanoid. Can you see them? Bit dark, but Metlar's at the back there. He's and just
mega collection there, Ken.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, look, there's a lot better out there, but it's mine. It's just unique to me, and it's what I had, and it just as I said, it blasts me back to my childhood.
I always wonder when I look at people like your collections and Tom's and people that can fill whole rooms with their collection. I mean, what the hell would you ever do if there was a fire? Do you know what I mean?
Stuff, or burgled.
You're fucked, did you?
Yeah. How would you?
Well, you're not. If I spoke to the insurance and said, look, I've got a collection of toys, and you've got your house insurance, so it covers it. But I said, look, I won't be able to replace some of this, and can I up the amount? Because like if my house contents is like 20-25 grand, this room's probably worth more than that. Well,
I was going to say to you, Ken,
40,
put a rough value on the value of the contents in that room. Do you think you could put a value on it? A rough?
I reckon about 45. The room, the loft.
Then there's a tenner.
What's that?
Brand toy. You can lend me a tenner.
Hey, look, there's a lot bigger and better than mine, but there's a lot in here, and you just look at some of the Star Wars figures. I mean, they're sort of £300-400 each. Some of them that are graded in the cases, there's 50 of them. So yeah, I mean, but again, I didn't pay that for any of it. I've collected it over the years, and I've been very savvy with what I've bought. There's a lot of stuff in the loft as well. But yeah, look, I'm a collector. I love collecting, but my long-term, I'd say, dream is to probably do this for a living. And I'm not saying open up a shop, but I do want to be a full-time dealer. Tom knows that is something I'd love to do. Work for myself, and I know I'd work hard and put the effort in. And yeah, I'd love to do it, and that's the long-term aim for me. And I'm going to make it happen at some stage.
Wicked. Thanks for the little tour, mate. Like you say.
Yeah, sorry, it was a bit wobbly, but
there are some comments towards the latter part of the feed, like later down, because I've just had a quick look, and some people are saying you should put some more pictures up on your Instagram. Obviously, a few of these people, follow you, and so I want to try and get through as many as I can. There's a lot of questions for you, Ken. Obviously, you can be pretty brief on them. We obviously want to get to the quiz, but I do like to get through everyone's comments and questions. Carlos has asked, do you collect any Star Wars promo items?
Not really, no. I mean, look, I've got like leaflets, and I've got the little wallets that they gave. I assume they gave at the cinemas, which just with the characters' faces on. Candy heads. I've got toothbrushes. You probably wouldn't have seen them. I've got loads of pin badges with the original box that they were displayed in. Rubbers, and I just love all that. Bubble bath, soaps. I will put more pictures up on Instagram, to be fair, so people can see the stuff. But the one thing I regret, another thing, New York Comic Con again, the same store and the same guys I saw at Chicago, they had Empire Strikes Back video cassette box display with the video in it for $40. And I looked at it and thought, how am I going to get it back in the case? And I left it, went back to get it, and it was gone. And I've always regretted that, because it was like a standee type thing, it wasn't that big. And that's one thing that haunts me. So I love stuff like that.
You've got quite a few regrets of things you've missed, didn't you?
I have to be fair. I've learned now, and I'll give everyone the same advice. If you're collecting and you're at a toy show or a car boot and you see something and it's a good price, just buy it. Don't think I can come back and get it, because you'll come back and it'll be gone.
Definitely. Alan said, Ken, it's all those gremlins that keep taking all those figures' weapons.
Yeah.
Brad's a quick question probably to all of us, and someone's actually answered it underneath. To all of you, what is the best find you have had in the wild? One that I can think of for myself at the top of my head was you, Ken, and you Big C know as well. The boxed original G1 Soundwave. It's one, it's one that always pops up.
It's a good
phenomenal find for me a couple of years back. So I'd have to say that. What about yourself, Ken?
Well, I think I touched on them. The Star Wars book, the big red box, which was fantastic. I found Last 17. I found a humongous box of G1s once. I paid £40 for all of it. Sometimes it's not so much the individual item; it's the volume, and what you pay for it. But I found some good bits over the years. I mean, the stuff I put up on my Instagram, that's only from the last sort of year and a half. It was better 6-7 years ago. I mean, I'd be going back and forth to the car constantly at a boot sale, and now I don't even make one trip to the car very rarely.
Good stuff. Big C, I don't really know when we say the wild. A lot of yours has come from
Tom and Jerry costume.
A Tom and Jerry costume.
The entertainer.
Thomas,
oh yeah, you did.
To that. Thomas was witness to that. What a massive pickup! Fine, that
was. A massive pickup. You got it home, and Emma threw it in the bin.
She wasn't happy with that. She was like, "They stink."
Oh god! It is an answer to Brad's question. The Jurassic Park T-Rex for £1. I've actually picked that up a couple of times, to be honest with you, for cheap. Have you ever regretted getting rid of any line and now the prices have gone through the roof?
I've never got rid of any of my vintage. I've only ever sold the kind of newer stuff. Anything vintage I've kept. I've never really got rid of anything.
No, I've never really got rid of too much myself, to be honest with you. I bet Big C, I know it's not it's not vintage, but mate, I bet you regret getting rid of them Hot Toys that you had.
Yeah, I sold 4 of my Hot Toys, and it's one of them things that you think, look, they're sitting in boxes in the cupboard. You're almost scared to touch them, Hot Toys.
Yeah, I've got some of there,
and it's like,
yeah, I know what you mean.
It's, you know what I mean? They're just almost, you feel like you're contaminating them every time you touch them and stuff. Where they're so expensive.
Yeah, that worries me actually, because I've got a Boba Fett in the Solaric pit at the top. And I'm always worried if he drops and he breaks, it's done. You can't replace the antenna and
the drain. So I had a cupboard. I just had 4 sitting in a cupboard boxed, and I just thought, you know what? I'm going to get rid of them. And it's one of them things. As soon as you get rid of them, don't get me wrong, I got quite a lot of money in for the 4, but you regret it as soon as you've done it. A little part of you thinks, I ain't got them no more.
They're one of the modern top kind of collectibles that only really ever go up in price. Like know, if you're investing in a hot toy.
Yeah,
your money's safe if you're that way. If you think that way, they just don't only go up.
But they're amazing, Ken, aren't they?
Top notch,
the very best.
Really good stuff.
Ken, do you like the 1978 Star Wars Holiday Special?
No, it's absolute toilet. I do like the Ewok movies though, which get a lot of stick as well. But no, the Holiday Special toilet.
Adore Endure, Haga lives. Haga. I am a Dave. Question for Tom and Ken. I know London is a big place, but do you ever go to the car boots out with where you both live? What does that mean?
I go to car boot sales in London, Essex, Hertfordshire, Kent.
You're not welcome in Kent, mate. You're not welcome in Kent, mate.
I'm coming. As soon as the season's back, I'm gonna be there. And as you're driving in, I'm gonna be driving you past you with my car full of goodies. So good luck, Tom. Good luck. Make another video that you're quitting.
Don't, Ken. I don't want him crying tonight. Don't.
I'm only joking.
Fuck you, Big C. Scott's Comic and Collectibles. Tom, is Ken where you got Amazing Spider-Man 300 from? No, it was Vic from A Fistful of Collectibles. I got that from, who was on a few weeks back. I found an Automan for 30 pence at the boot sale last year. Nice. Great show this week. Thank you very much. Hope to see some of Ken's collections. You would have seen that. This was about the competition, 6 minutes. So next week, Big C in a Bobby Charlton comb over.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
PG Westy. This is obviously our winner who won the second prize. Pizarro. So if anyone's not entirely sure, my name's Tom. Sorry, my surname's Pizarro. It's Tom Pizarro. But it's okay because my wife bought the Dino Riders DVD. Yes.
Oh yeah, Tom, I remember that one.
Yeah, I remember someone. Yeah, because she actually messaged me and said that it was for her husband for Christmas. It was very organised. If I remember rightly, I think it was about October might have been that she bought it. But then saying that there wasn't many Dino Riders DVDs on eBay at the time. I do remember that. The Toy Scavenger, Ken and Tom, what's your car boot technique? Straight onto the first store and go around, or straight to the back and work your way back to the front, or something else, mate. Ken, I'm kind of like you, mate. Just hit the first style, and you're a lot quicker. You're like Speedy Gonzalez, but I'm pretty rapid as well. You just got to keep going like that, and you're looking.
Yeah, and it depends. You know what? It depends what boot sell, because there's the boot sales I know that if you go, to the top where the newer stores are, everyone's going to be there. I just avoid it and I come up the rear, so to speak. But yeah, I've tried. I just mix it up, to be honest. But if you go one way and you're not finding anything, you're thinking, oh, I should have stayed back that way. But it's just luck and timing, isn't it? And that's why you've got to be quick, because you're going to pass things quicker, which improves your chance of finding something. But a lot of people struggle to be quick. I go with colours. If I'm seeing pink or I'm seeing clothes, I'm just on.
You got a knack for it. Dan and Jimmy saying hello to each other. All good here, dude. I'm not too sure what Ian was talking about, but he said he was a top bloke. Obviously, we're well behind with the comments. Martin has asked, grading for or against? This conversation comes out quite a lot, doesn't it, about the grading?
Yeah. Me personally, when it comes to Star Wars, I think if you can pay £20 to get a figure graded, and it increases the value of the item by £100, £120, it's a no-brainer, and it locks in the condition. So Star Wars, I will get graded. Everything else in the room, no, I'm leaving it in its glory just to be enjoyed. But I've graded some of my carded figures, and I probably will grade my last 17, the ones that are in pristine condition, just because if I decide to chuck it in one day and just get rid, I'm going to get a lot more money for it when I can confirm with who I'm selling to what the condition is. The only downside is, and I've done this recently, putting them in those cases, when they drop, and I do drop stuff, you're done. If you have them in the plastic star case type things, they bounce back up and they don't really get destroyed. But the hand best bin I've got back there, I dropped recently when I was taking a picture for Instagram, and it cracked inside and it was graded 80. It's like a £300 figure, maybe. It's probably worth about 150 now. So that drop cost me £150, but because of the weight of them. But don't drop them. That's the advice.
It could be of advice.
Don't drop them. Captain Kirk is 89. There's something here for you, Big C. Tom, great stream as always, mate. Ken, I always thought it was the last 16 as opposed to 17 for some reason. Big C, what do you think of the crazy money going for WWF Hasbro customs?
The customs used to be fairly cheap and stuff, didn't they? They were for a certain, like small market of Hasbro collectors, but they've become really popular. And I think, Nick, that's a good question, because although the money in the customs is going up naturally alongside the Hasbro line itself, but the customs are getting better and better and better. And the quality of some of the customs now, do you know what I mean? They almost look like they've been produced by proper toy companies, some of them. So yeah, that's going to come with a cost, the higher the quality,
There's a lot of comments here because obviously this is at 8:59. Loads of people will put in last minute for Robocop. Last minute, give me the Robocop. I'm not going to read every comment. We've got one here from Frank. One more for you, Ken. Do you collect the knockoff Star Wars figures? Recently found out about them, the ones that come from Poland.
I've had them over the years. What I didn't like about them was they didn't stand up. They kept falling over. So I had about 5 or 6 of them. I gathered them together. I took them to Sandown and I sold them all. Just got rid of them. But they are very cool. I like them when they're in the packets.
Did they go for big money or?
Not really, no. 20, 30, 40 pounds. Unless I've changed since then. Well, it was about 3 or 4 years ago, but they are really cool. I think the most expensive Star Wars bootlegs are the Turkish ones, aren't they? Is it Uzay? They're the ones to look out for, but I've seen them, but I've never come across them to buy. Just seen them in like
moment, aren't they? Anything bootleg seems to have its own collector market now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Definitely, yep. 100%. RTHQ.com. How you doing? Welcome to the feed. How far do you guys stray away from action figures with your toy collecting? There are some many amazing products Denny's Fisher put out over the years. There's and Ken, with regards to what do you mean? Like in regards to other things apart from action figures or other toys? I've got loads of stuff. I ain't just got action figures in my collection. My collection's full of all sorts.
Yeah, I mean, I collect ex-rental VHSs as well. I've got stacks in front of me. I'm sort of toys sort of stacked up on them. Films like Critters and Monster Squad and Commando. There's a few pictures on my Instagram. I collect vinyl as well, movie soundtracks, and obviously anything Oasis and like a bit of Marvin Gaye. I'm a collector. It's just in you or it's not. And people say hoarder. I'm not a hoarder because hoarders can't let any of it go. I'm happy to let stuff go, but I'm a collector and I love collecting stuff that I love.
Wicked. Slide Away is Liam's best vocal. Good choice, Ken. Love Oasis. Lee Spartan, my best find. I once picked up a box of 26 on the card WCW Ric Flair Globes for £10. Wow.
20
they were heavily distorted.
On card figures for £10.
They were heavily distorted, but still a fantastic pickup.
Especially prices today on the Globes are going up.
I just want to let everyone who's watching know there's a lot of comments just saying, well done, congratulations to the winners. I'm not going to read through every single one because we want to get on this quiz and I want to see Big C get his ass walloped. Mr. Dan Plastic, Fortress of Fangs, very nice. Yep. Vintage Toy Rush, David, how you doing? That's some nice Star Wars collection. As Darren Gregory said the same thing, as did Pete. And then I've lost the comments. Where are we? Yeah, so Alan said, take some good pics, Ken, and put them up on your Instagram.
I will do.
How many cabinets have you got there, roughly? Or how many can you count?
Well, there's longer shelving as well. I don't know. It's probably like 12 or 13, but there's stuff everywhere, to be honest.
Epic. Awesome collection. Love the Star Wars box sets. Fire extinguishers are us. Scott said, I remember seeing Ken at Sandown and my brother buying a Super Ted teddy from him. It's a classic item.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
There you go. Scott Walker, who actually was the competition winner from last week, who won the NECA Turtles Metalhead. Amazing collection. Do you have the Coleco Rambo figures? I love them. I'm sure you haven't. You can?
Yeah, I've got loads of them down in the corner with the play set as well, but the base is too big. I had to put that in the loft, but I'll get the kind of, what's it called, like the terminal thing, and I think I've got near enough every figure bar Cat. I think she's one of the only ones I'm missing, and one of the rarer ones that came out towards the end. But I've got the Rambos and all the villains, the sort of samurai ones and that.
Wicked. Love the variety of lines in Ken's room. Did you have Police Academy? You say some of the picture was a little bit blurry, so it was hard to see.
I have got Police Academy. I've got Tackleberry on his bike, and I had them all on card at one stage, but I did get rid of them. I've got Jones and I've got Mahoney. But yeah, I wouldn't mind them loose complete, but I can get them easily.
Room tours are cool. We need more room tours. Yeah, something we can certainly consider for our upcoming guests. Fair play to you, Ken. Go for it, mate, and more power to you. Goodbye, Rob. How you doing, mate?
He's
Rob in the building.
Oh, Rob.
Big Tats and Toy 75, our guest from last week. Big C, you remind him of a cool Haga the Horrible.
Thanks, Rob. I'll take that as a compliment.
Carlos, good luck with being a toy dealer, Ken. You're already a toy dealer, aren't you, Ken? Effectively, but yeah you might do.
I said I want to do it full time. You know.
Colin, when I told my insurance company about my toy collecting, they doubled the price of insurance he had to pay. Wow. Lend us a tenner, quality from Big C.
Well, he's got a 45 grand toy collection. I need a tenner, Ken. You're going to have to help me, mate.
I'll give you in Toyz.
Oh, that, yeah. One of them carded Star Wars ones I do.
All right.
I love New York Comic Con. Hopefully to go again. I'd like to go, to be honest with you. Adore Endure. Go and sub Bella's toy chest. Star Wars Graded Heaven. For anyone that don't know about Bella's toy chest, yeah?
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Big C, Boris the Fett Vic, sold me my hot toy, John Matrix. He did.
Yeah. Oh, bless.
Troy said, "What's a hot toy?" I don't know where. Obviously, not everyone knows. Chris, you want to quickly say what it is?
So 1/6 scale, normally 1/6 scale. They do quarter scales, certain. But anyway, it's a 1/6 scale collectible like action figure, and they are almost like shrunk down miniature, real life, high end, the most detailed. I think Ken's going to get one now. Look, they're unbelievable. I mean, these are like they're hundreds high. It's amazing.
Well, I've actually got my. I've actually ordered my first ever hot toy. Haven't I?
Look at the shoes and stuff. Like that is amazing. Look how realistic that all is. Absolutely unbelievable.
And these like bend as well. Like you can model on them.
Related 1/6. Hey,
I can't wait to get my one next year.
Oh, you got a Venom one coming, Tom, haven't you?
I've got a Venom one, yeah, very expensive. In fact, someone actually asked earlier about what's the most expensive item you bought. This is probably going to be, when I look around, probably 70% of what's in this room. I've got a relatively good price, if not a fantastic price. But obviously, yeah, the hot toy I'm paying. I think it's just shy of 400 quid.
Tom, the problem is with hot toys. Once you get one, you'll get another one. Once you break that seal and you part with that money, you'll want to get another one. It'll look lonely on its own.
We'll wait and see, mate. We'll wait and see. Empire Toys, Aaron's in the building. How you doing, mate?
Nice to see you, mate.
Richard just said, good to see familiar names from the FB Toy groups. Palatoy, 100% get it graded. 100% with you on grading investment pieces. Yes. I do it with comics, toys, and games. I think we're nearly caught up, guys. Brad said, Ken's a great chap all round. Gave my son a Vulpix teddy at a little toy fair during the lockdown break in 2020. If no one knows what Vulpix is, it's a Pokemon. I know, because I know about Pokemon. And Troy has just said, thanks. That is lush. Now, guys, we've still got 60 odd people watching. I think it's time for the quiz, guys. What says you?
Oh, God, here we go.
This is where I take
one set.
Head to head.
One set. I just want to have a little break first.
What are you eating? That's so unprofessional.
Listen, mate. I got stressed out.
What are you eating? A cream egg?
He's eating
Cadbury's cream egg, man.
The toy division get Ferrero Rocher. Why are we eating cream eggs?
Yeah.
That is delicious. Right, have you got your pens and papers ready?
We're ready, yeah. Sorry, Ken. I hope we can still be friends after this, but I'm about to beat you at your own game.
I'm going to let you win because you've been wearing that hat and glasses all night, and I feel like I need to give you something.
If I beat you legitimately, people are going to think you've let me win now. That'll steal my thunder.
Right. You ready, yeah? I'm
ready.
So on your bits of paper, just put 1 to 15.
Yeah.
There's 15 questions. There's 15 questions. Right. Listen, these are relatively easy for everyone who's watching at home. I've made them relatively easy. Ken is a massive 80s film buff. Big C, not so much. So I am expecting.
I don't even know what day of the week it is.
Yeah. I am expecting you to lose, Big C.
Well, one thing. I've got 100% record. No questions wrong since we started this last week. So I'm at 100% accuracy in my answers.
You would have beat me last week on the Terminator because I got one question wrong.
What one did you get wrong, Ken?
I must have been one of the quotes that you lot said. I got it wrong.
Right. We ready, boys, yeah?
Go for it. Let's get this done.
I'll read the question and I'll literally give you like 5 seconds to write it down, and then I'm going to move on to the other because obviously we want to get through 15. So question number 1. Which 1980 film was based on the life of John Merrick, a disfigured man who lived in the 19th century? That's question number 1. Question number 2.
Wait, 1 second.
Big C, come on. Question number 2. Which actor played Dr. Peter Venkman in the original Ghostbusters films? Which actor played Dr. Peter Venkman in the original Ghostbuster films? Question 3. What is Indiana Jones' main weapon? What is Indiana Jones's main weapon? Question 4. In the movie Stand By Me, what did Gordy, Chris, Vern and Teddy set out to find? In the movie Stand By Me, what did Gordy, Chris, Vern and Teddy set out to find? Question 5. What day of the year does Die Hard take place on? What day of the year does Die Hard take place on? Question 6. In which year was the sci-fi classic E.T. released? In which year was the sci-fi classic E.T. released? That's question 6.
Cool. Oh.
Question 7. Which British actor starred as Detective Eddie Valiant in the 1988 film Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Which British actor starred as Detective Eddie Valiant in the 1988 film Who Framed Roger Rabbit? That's question 7. Question 8. What year does Marty McFly travel back to in the original Back to the Future? Question 8. What year does Marty McFly travel back to in the original Back to the Future? Question 9. Michael Keaton, Alec Baldwin and Geena Davis starred in which bizarre classic directed by Tim Burton? Michael Keaton, Alec Baldwin and Geena Davis starred in which bizarre classic directed by Tim Burton? Question 10. How many... Alec Baldwin, Michael Keaton and Geena Davis.
Oh, God. I don't know. All right.
How many Star Wars... Question 10. How many Star Wars films were released in the 1980s? Number 10. How many Star Wars films were released in the 1980s?
Is that a trick question?
There's no trick questions here, mate. It's all legit.
Well...
It's all legit. Question 11. I've thrown this in a little bit for you, Big C. I thought I had to give you a bit of a chance. Which pro wrestler played Fezzik in The Princess Bride? Which pro wrestler played Fezzik in The Princess Bride? That's number 11.
Thanks for that one, Tom.
Got
one right.
Number 12. Number 12. Which actor who was also in Rocky plays Dylan in Predator? Which actor who was also in Rocky plays Dylan in Predator? That's number 12. Mate, you're gonna have to write it down. Number 13. Name the luck dragon in the Never-Ending Story. Number 13. Name the luck dragon in the Never-Ending Story. I'm gonna move on. Gonna get through these quickly. Number 14.
One sec. Yeah.
In the Tom Hanks movie Big, what does Josh famously play in the department store? In the Tom Hanks movie Big, what does Josh famously play in the department store? Oh, we have lost Ken. We have lost Ken.
Get beat. He knew he had a feeling I was beating him. Hopefully we're getting back.
Yeah, hopefully. He's gone to Google them. They're all easy questions. Oh, look who's in the house. Look. Slime ass, how you doing? Theo, yeah. Big up, lads. Big C. Cheers, Cat game looking fire as usual. And he said,
looking forward to them.
He said, by the way, the questions are way too easy. I'm screaming the answers on my phone. Ha ha. Ken probably doesn't even realise that he's See, I do always say this at the beginning of the show. We are live. This is a live stream and anything can happen. And Ian said Big C has deleted him.
At the moment, we don't even know if Ken's still conscious.
We don't.
Anything happened.
He's got the link. He's got the link to the. Oh God! I think he got. Mate, I'll be honest with you. I think he got a bit scared of you, mate.
He thought he was going to mess me up. He seen me confidently scribbling away the answers, and I think I don't know if he can face losing.
The other thing that might have happened is
battery could have died.
His battery might have died because he was using his phone. Should we try and call him live on air?
Let's get him on.
I can't. Let's have a look. Let's try and ring him. Where is he? Ken. I think he got scared, mate. I think he was a bit nervous.
Yes.
I think he was a bit. I think he was a bit nervous.
Ken, I'm
Hold on one sec.
Change some answers so you can win. Come back.
Hold on.
Good night, Tom.
What's happened, mate? Everyone's saying you got a bit scared of the quiz.
No, I smashed the quiz, mate. I'm all right. By the Back to the Future one. My phone's overheated.
Oh, is it? You not got an iPad or anything? You can come back in on.
Yeah, I've got a.
Or is your laptop on?
No, I've got my tablet. I've got a tablet here, mate.
Yeah, just go on your tablet.
All right. Let me see if I can get back into it.
Just put the stream, the stream thing that I sent you on WhatsApp. Just put it in the tablet. We'll wait for you. Because Big C reckons he smashed you, mate.
On my tablet, where do I just go into the internet and just put it in?
Yeah, just go into Safari. If you're on an iPad, just go into Safari, put the streamyard.com/ the numbers. I can't remember the numbers. Check your WhatsApp. All right. I'll see you in a sec.
See you, bye.
There you go, guys. Live
TV.
This is what happens, Sue. That's why I like to always say at the beginning, you never know what's going to happen. It could Big C, you best not be fucking cheating. Big C has booted. He's booted. He could see the title being taken away.
Canyon, you know me better than that, surely. He's left because he knows he's going to get beat at his own game. I'm not an 80s pro. I know nothing about the 80s. Born in the 80s.
Hold on one sec. You was worried, mate, because you was worried that this was going to get taken away, weren't you, mate?
Mate, that's my title there. You need to get that to me because that's mine. You
was worried, mate. See that there? That says light heavyweight because you're light. You're a light heavyweight. See, my championship belt here.
I'm like twice the size of you, mate. But literally, there's size here.
Here we go. Ken's back, but I can't see his. Let me add him to the stream.
He's in.
You all right, guys?
We can't see your picture. Oh, he's gone again. Hold on. What's he doing? Sabotage, Scott says. Ken, if you can see us, mate, you need to try and put your picture on. Did you go through? Oh, he's gone again. Big C's on Google. Look, Big C's on Google. Everyone.
Got no access. Honestly, Scott, come on. I've got no access. I've got my phone in front of me, and that's it.
I don't know if we're going to be able to get Ken back on. See, this is what happens. See, when you.
What happens?
I thought it was going to be me that at the.
Do you know what, Tom? I've learned from this. Let's not scare the guests anymore. Let's not scare them. Yeah.
He reckons he's got all 14 right. Did you hear him? I don't know if you heard him on the loudspeaker.
What we want to do is maybe get Ken on the phone, and maybe we should call it at 14 questions.
Yep.
And get. I'll show my answers on the screen to show there's no funny business on Google and nothing. These are all pre-written down. And then
get them down. Go on. Yeah, I'll check in a minute.
Yeah.
What you think FaceTime, Ken?
I think no, just get him on the phone and he can verbally. If we can't get him back on the screen, let's get him on the phone and he can actually. I'll hold mine up as he's reading his answers out.
All right, let's do it then. Let's budget. Let's budget.
You right, Tom?
You're right, mate. You're struggling, mate, aren't you?
Yeah, it's the phone's overheated. I've never had that before.
We're gonna have to like. Yeah, we've got a contingency plan in place. So I've obviously got you on loudspeaker. I think the people who are watching live, we've still got like 60 odd people watching. So what I'm going to do is Big C's going to hold his answers up on the screen for me, and then we're only going to do the 14 questions. You read your questions out to me. You read your answers out to me.
Shall I go now then?
Yep.
All right. Number 1, I put Elephant Man.
Yep.
Number 2, Bill Murray.
Yep.
Number 3, I put Whip.
Yep.
4 was Dead Body.
Yep.
5 was Christmas Eve.
Yep.
6 was 1982.
Correct.
7 was Bob Hoskins.
Yep.
8 was 1955.
Yep.
9 was Beetlejuice.
Yep.
10 was, I put 2, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. Unless you're including that Christmas rubbish.
No, that's correct. You got it right. Yep.
Lovely.
Number 11. Yep.
12 was Carl Withers.
Yep.
13 was Falcor.
Yep.
The Love Dragon. 14 was Piano.
See some of these answers from Big C. Yeah, it was a piano. You got it. So Ken, you got top
Bill
marks.
Withers.
You got 40 out of 40.
I put Bill Withers. He was a singer, wasn't he?
Hey. Yeah, he's put Bill Withers as number 2. Hey, he's got you, Big C. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wrong. You got. What did you put as the dragon? Big flying dog as the answer.
Yeah,
his name's Falcor.
He was a big flying dog, wasn't he?
I know. Listen, Ken. I think the people can hear you because you're on loudspeaker. Yeah, we can't say with regards to Star Wars. We can only say official like movies, not dodgy Christmas and them ones.
Film, an Ewoks film, wasn't there?
Yeah, he's trying to say about the Ewoks films as well, Big C. Nah, but listen, Ken. Obviously, you can't come back on because you're struggling with the phone and everything. But yeah, listen, I just want to say, obviously, live on air with everyone. Thanks for coming on, mate. Massively appreciate it. For showing your collection and that. And like I said, guys, on he's on Instagram under Back to the Toys. But yeah, I'll catch you anyway, Ken, in the group. Thanks for coming on because we're going to wrap up the show now because it's 9:45.
Yeah.
So
no worries. Thanks a lot, guys. Completely pleasure. Brilliant. Thanks a lot.
Take it easy, mate.
Take care, Big C.
Take care, mate.
See you later.
I need that. I've been done. Shown up,
mate. Listen, who's Bill Withers?
He's a singer, isn't he?
I don't know. Big flying dog.
I'm sure it was, but we ducked out the Star Wars question as well. I've got the.
What did you wait? What did you put for Back to the Future? You put 1966, didn't you? The year England won the World Cup.
1963.
Mate,
come from?
You did. Listen, you lost, mate. You lost.
I did.
You lost, and you lost quite heavily as well.
Yeah, it wasn't close either, was it?
You lost quite heavily. Let me get through some of these comments. Those are Google glasses on Big C.
Yeah.
The pressure of the quiz is real.
It is.
Yeah, look, see, they're saying that your glasses are dodgy. Kevin, Tom, I remember when you had the Ultimate Warrior at Chatham. I wish I took it. I can't remember who bought that, actually.
Yeah, do you remember the Ultimate?
Who actually bought that?
Yeah, in your collection.
Yeah. See, Theo's saying that he would have said 4 Star Wars films, but I went within a quiz from online and it said 2. So it's probably talking about main. It's talking about main. Right, listen, it's talking about. Yeah, but it's talking about mainstream films, isn't it? You're talking about the Ewoks and the holiday specials, and I don't think we can really see. Carlos has asked for a Big C Ken rematch. I think we're gonna have to do that in the future. We'll probably get Ken.
Printed, mate. He ran away because he got worried, but he did beat me. To be fair.
Big flying dog. Well played, Big C. You did do all right. To be fair, mate, you didn't do too bad. Theo's just saying they could hear Ken fine. They want to see me versus you. Who's going to do it then? We have to get someone bringing a random quiz, wouldn't we?
What would me and Scott go head to head over? What would we go
What's
head
that?
to? Me and Scott, what would we go head over?
No. He said me and you should go head to head. Me versus you.
Sorry, I've misread that. I thought he's saying he wants to go head to head with me, and I was like, calm down, Scott.
No. We've got Scott on, haven't we?
What would we go? Yeah, what would we go head to head over? What would be the best thing?
Have to be wrestling, wouldn't it? I would have thought.
Get destroyed. You get destroyed.
Listen, you want to talk about getting destroyed? Ken just put up. I destroyed you, Big C.
Ken. I like the way his IT hasn't failed to write messages like that. Cheers, Ken. Cheers, mate.
Kazem said the show is hot. It's overheating phones.
He got so worried.
It wasn't that bad.
Cheers.
Let's see.
Cheers, mate.
Okay, thanks for your time. Great quiz. Ken was a great guest there while it lasted. Yeah, we were having problems with Ken at the beginning, weren't we? Before the show went live. I'm surprised he lasted that long, to be honest with you. Cheers, Ken. Yeah. Appreciate having you on, Ken, mate. And your collection's fantastic.
And it was his channel debut as well, Tom, wasn't it? It was his channel
debut. Yeah. It was indeed. Theo said Ewoks all day. Theo said he'll be the quizmaster.
Yeah.
We actually said about.
Can we bring Theo in each week to be the quizmaster? Because I think I've got a better chance. Theo is so much more with it and will know the correct answers. Do you know what I mean?
Listen,
let's get Theo in. Theo could be
didn't screw. Mate, listen, I didn't screw you, mate. You was poor. You were piss poor. Listen, what? Right, this was the final question, yeah, Big C, that you lot didn't do because you only did 14, yeah. Let me do it to you over the screen now, and let's see if you knew it, yeah.
Go on.
We came, we saw, we kicked his ass. Was a quote from which 80s movie?
Ghostbusters.
All right, so you've got that one right, but apart from that, mate, things be said, you were useless. You were piss poor.
No, although I was born in the 80s, I'm more of a 90s man.
Scott said wrestling 100%. Listen, I'll give wrestling a go. And the toy scavenger said he'd help on that one if it was wrestling. There you go. Look, got a quizmaster.
Toy scavenger, he did a video. I watched the video the other day of his, and he was talking about Hasbro and the Hasbro prices and stuff. So yeah, that was interesting. So he likes his wrestling.
Big C, you only lost the battle. We still think you're cool. Well, Brad,
thanks, mate. Cheers.
I can't join you on that one, Brad, I'm afraid. Troy has asked, will Johnny be a guest in the future? So for everyone who don't know, Johnny is the owner of Monkey's Emporium, who does a fantastic.
Got to get him on.
We at the minute, obviously, me and Big C have been talking outside the streams with regards to where the show's going to go. So we've done 4. So Ken tonight was our 4th guest. The show's been going fantastic. We're really enjoying it, and we're getting a lot of good feedback as well. And obviously, free giveaways. It's all good fun. It was great last week with Rob. Theo was a fantastic guest from Slimehouse, and then obviously we had our first guest, which was Vic from Fistful of Collectibles. So I might as well let you guys know who next week's guest is. Anyone who is kind of, I suppose, in the retro community on YouTube might know this guy, probably should know this guy. His channel's really good. He's got quite a strong following on YouTube, and he's just made a film. A production company have just made a film based on his YouTube channel, and he's got some really good guests from retro YouTube channels within this movie. Now, I've actually I've got a copy coming. I'm waiting for it to come. There's a hard copy of it being released on DVD and Blu-ray. Odd Pod. Now, if you guys don't know who Odd Pod is, Big C, I know you're a big fan of Dan at Odd Pod. His channel he does skits. That's probably what sketches with puppets, Muppets, and Boglins and stuff. Really, really fun channel. He's actually our guest next week.
He's a really entertaining guy, and he's a character, isn't he?
Definitely, yeah. I'm looking forward to all our guests. We've got some really good guests coming up over the next 8 weeks. We've got a gamer, a retro gamer. We have got a retro gamer coming up. We've got a toy designer coming up. We have got a really interesting guest in a couple of weeks. I don't want to go into too much details. We will announce that next week. It's really good fun. We're really enjoying it, but at the minute we've only gone to 12 episodes. Now, I have mentioned about having Johnny on, but at this present moment in time, Johnny's not in any of them 12 episodes. Getting to Troy's question, we are thinking about, after we've done this for 12 straight weeks, we are thinking about potentially, going to one a month rather than doing every Monday, because by the time this ends, it'll be the end of April. The last show will be the end of April, and I think the world will hopefully.
I did say, Tom, see my contract out that I'm contracted to do, which is the 12 shows, and I probably am going to just disappear into obscurity again. I think.
Well, the problem is, even if we did one a month, if you're not on it, mate, then
you'll get more.
I think I'm going to lose loads of.
Get
more views. I think
everyone will be bored of me by then. They'll think I'm an idiot like you do.
The problem I think you've got, mate, is that you're running out of hats, and that's what you're scared about, aren't you?
I've realised, I don't know if it went down as well as I thought it would. I was expecting absolute uproar over it, and it didn't really happen tonight. So I think this is the most extreme I'm going to go. Then I'm going to tone it down. I think the glasses just went with the hat. But, you know, there won't be no sunglasses next week. And I'll probably start toning it down a little bit. But, yeah, we'll keep the theme going. Definitely.
I'm going to get you a special hat for the very last show of the season.
One of the beer dispensing hats I've always wanted one.
I'll see what I can do. Let's get through these last comments. The great stream, Toyz coming to the phone call. So well, thanks to Ken. He's a great guy. He is. PG Westy. I didn't see any comments. I don't actually know. Did you know that you came second in the prize? You won the little Robocop. That's why I said.
He was
DM me. He was our runner-up. Yeah, DM me on Facebook or Instagram, the Pizarro's Pieces page. Brad said he loves the banter between us two. It's not banter, mate. It's hatred, really, to be honest with you.
Like each other. We just take shots at each other with an audience.
That's it. Big up for you, Simon, and his favourite show. Thank you very much. Big C was not robbed.
Listen, Rich knows. He knows what you're like, Tom. He knows what you're like. He knows you robbed me.
All right, where's that last comment? Look, see, we've got so many comments coming through. Where was we? I've lost that. See, Smuggler's Canyon said, I'm going to have to start wearing hats. I don't think so.
Before he starts wearing hats.
What did you say?
You got to start wearing pants. You're naked from the t-shirt down. Start wearing pants before he starts wearing hats.
Odd Pod is great. Lee Spartan has said, get Laura Legends on. This is something we have discussed.
Lee, can I say this? Lee, great point. Because Laura, who's got a massive following now, she's exploded. She used to really comment on your videos in that time, didn't she? She was quite a big follower, wasn't she? She used to get involved. And now, like I say, maybe she's too big now. She's
too big. I don't think she'd entertain me. Well, she might entertain me. I don't think she'd entertain you.
I think she'd probably entertain, me. I think.
Not with that stupid fucking hat. Great live stream. Thank you very much, David World Toys. Keep them coming. Good night, guys. Thank you very much, Nick.
Cheers, Nick.
Love it, Big C.
Cheers, Scott.
Oh, we just got that. Never get bored of Big C. He's the man. Theo.
Thank you. Cheers, Theo, mate. He's been lovely to me tonight, and he's one of my heroes. So,
look, hold on. Big C is going mainstream. Hat GoFundMe for Big C.
I think so. I just think we've got to do something, haven't we? Because there's a long time still to go. Colin's give me some supplies.
Well, Theo has just suggested everyone should send in Big C hats, and Ian, who I work with, has said he's got a beer hat. He's going to see if he can find it for you.
Ian, that would be brilliant, mate. I've always wanted one of them, and I could drink live on air, couldn't I?
Fucking do something. You do something live on air because you're useless the rest of the time. Great show tonight, Pete. Thank you very much, Scott. Thank you, Scott, mate. Very much appreciate it. Mr. Tats and Toyz. Thanks, guys. It's always appreciated. We're going to tie up because it's 10 o'clock. Actually, this is the longest stream we've done.
Yeah.
2 hours. Yeah, we don't normally do 2 hours, do we?
When your guest bails on you, you're frantically trying to, do you know what I mean? Keep it going.
I know, Ken, if you're watching.
Cheers, mate.
Your Mickey Mouse moody internet.
And your spiteful little comment that you put when your internet supposedly weren't working.
Great show. Enjoy watching from the beginning. Thank you very much. Another banger of a show. Thank you. Appreciate the comments. Ian's going to go look for your hat. Carlos says good night. Thank you very much. Yes, thanks. Appreciate that. Great stream. Don't forget to message me, PJ Westy. And who else was the winner? Is it I Love to Be Dave or something? The name was. They said they're going to message me. James Ford, great show tonight. Great laugh. Thank you very much, James. We appreciate everyone's comments. You guys are fucking fantastic. I saw a hat for Big C online with regret not buying it.
Frank, don't make a mistake like that.
That's it. Great chat, guys. Thank you very much, Alan. Rich, brilliant show again, fellas. And the last comment is oh, no. Thanks, guys. Quality, Smugglers Canyon, and
cheers.
Dobbs fan. Big up, Tom. Big up, my man, Big C.
Up, Dobbs fan, mate. I love that guy. I'd love to know who he is as well. I'd love to know who he is.
Guys, it's been an absolute fantastic stream as always. Thank you all very much. Now, if you are watching this on YouTube, please, and you obviously, most of you will probably subscribe. If you ain't subscribe, hit the notification button so you know when we're going live or when I'm uploading videos. I did upload a video last night, surprisingly, Big C, because I've been doing just live streams for the last month. But I did do one last night, which was my latest pickups.
Very well for the views. Did you notice that?
I did what? Sorry?
It did very well in terms of views that you got on last night's video.
I haven't looked, mate. I'll be honest with you.
It's done well. But what I'm saying is it probably proves, Tom, that you're getting more views if I'm not involved. So I'm dragging your channel through the mud, aren't I? View killer. I
know, mate. I know. But yeah, like I said, guys, if you're watching on, I don't know what it is with Facebook. Facebook's really fucking annoying me. I had a little look earlier and it's like, we got like 60 people watching on YouTube and like 15, 20 on Facebook. Like, why? What's going on? Why is that not?
Perhaps just see pictures of you on that on Facebook and they probably don't like it. So yeah, they don't want to go on your Facebook. YouTube's a little less personal.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe you're right. Kenan said, good night, lads. Thanks for having me on the stream. Pleasure, mate. Thanks for being there. I'm going to play with my mask toys, Tats and Toyz. See you next week. See you next week, PJ Westy. So we're going to leave the comments at that. That is everything. We've still got 35, 40 people watching.
Lovely.
Big C.
Lovely.
As always. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for...
Hey, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for tonight. Thanks for watching and getting involved. Brilliant.
And yeah, thanks to the 2 competition winners. I hope you like your prizes. Get your addresses to me and I'll get them posted. What's the day today? Monday. I'll get them posted by Wednesday, Thursday. So that's all good. Got some great prizes next week, guys. I've got a box here of goodies. I don't even want to talk about it. All I'm going to say is you need to be tuned.
Have an acknowledgement on the screen, like tonight's episode sponsored by Colin Wicks.
We can verbally say it, can't we? So
I just think we need to make a big deal out of it because he's funding this
show.
Do. He's funding.
He's certainly funding. I've just realised that next week is because we've got Odd Pod on, and Odd Pod is a big Pokemon fan. The theme next week around the giveaway is going to be Pokemon, and I've got a few really nice pieces. I know Pokemon's not for everyone, but guys, this stuff's free. It's free. You don't really have to do much to enter the competition. It's all good fun.
Sell it on. Make a couple of quid if you're a winner. If you're not into the toy line,
that's it. If you're not into it and you're a plastic crackhead like us, buy it. A lot of the gifts, a lot of the free stuff that we give away are generally worth between £20 and £30. The Pokemon item that I've got over there, just on the other side of this unit, is from Japan. It's about 20 years old and it's worth about £35-40. So, like you just said, Big C, sell it, buy some more plastic crack. That's how it works. That's how the game goes.
Catch COVID. You know?
Catch what? Catch COVID.
Catch COVID from it. You know, you're sending stuff out, Tom. I mean, you could be infecting it with COVID and sending it to people, couldn't you?
Mate, I wash all this shit down, mate. I'm not that bad. I give it a wipe and everything.
Yeah. Of course you do, mate.
Behave yourself, mate. Listen, next week, Odd Pod, 8 p.m, guys. Same place, YouTube, Facebook. We'll be here. We'll be doing a nice giveaway. We've got plenty to talk to Dan from Odd Pod about. I'm really looking forward to that, as all our guests over the next few weeks. Guys, you've been absolutely wicked. Really, really enjoying the chat. You guys have been really engaging. Big season mug that way. Sorry, big season mug. So, but yeah, until next week, guys, thanks for watching and we'll see you next Monday. Take care and good evening.
Bye.
Take care, guys.
See you later.